Well, hello everyone. Welcome to the Ships and Pucks news pack for Thursday, August the 18th. Of course, you can follow us on Twitter at Ships and Pucks, Facebook.com Ships and Pucks, YouTube.com Ships and Pucks, Twitch.com Ships and Pucks. Subscribe wherever you get your audio, as well as on the Area 51 Sports Network. Uh, Dan Stevenson from Fireside Chat and Devin answered the Blasty call and joined us for a live recap we did earlier today of the news that Naz and Kadri signed with the Calgary Flames and that Sean Monahan was reportedly about to be traded, and it looked like it was going to be Montreal. And all of that has officially happened. So Kadri has officially signed with the Flames at 7 years. At 7 years, $4 to $7 million. And Monahan has been traded along with a conditional and a number of conditions 2025 first round pick to Montreal for some future considerations. And it's pretty long. And a part of that, of course, has to do with the trade with Matthew Tkachuk in Florida, the Florida first round pick. And it's also, so it has to do with Florida's 2025 first. If it does transfer, it's really long. You can read it on Eric Engel's Twitter. He's talked a lot about that. He gave a pretty lengthy extension on that, but it's lengthy. Brad Treliving, who spoke to the media just about an hour or so before this recording, talked about the signing today. He was actually in Texas as his daughter is heading to school down there. It's also his birthday today. So it's been a heck of a day for Brad Treliving. He said he was on the shit list with his daughter, probably not moving enough boxes, but he had a busy day. So that's conditional. Future considerations is coming back. So Monahan, Treliving did thank Sean Monahan for his service as his professionalism. Of course, Monahan predated Treliving here. So Sean going to Montreal. That's all officially happened. Expected that Kadri will be speaking to the media tomorrow/Friday. So we'll talk a bit about that as well a little bit later. But Kadri joining the Flames officially, Monahan and a first round pick from 2025 on a bunch of conditions going to Montreal for future considerations. By the way, also in Montreal, of course, some news regarding Carey Price. Oh, let's just stick here a couple of things that Treliving also said. He said that Kadri is a unique kind of player. He has a unique blend of skill and snarl. And gave a lot of credit to his staff for the work that they've done, the background research that they did in terms of all the players and pivoting after Gaudreau and Tkachuk left. And so sticking just with that, that's basically what Treliving basically had to say about all of that. Didn't indicate if he was done or not. We'll have to see. Of course, Ryan Leslie did talk today that Treliving's and has an eye on a couple of other players. They still have Mackenzie Weegar to sign, and they probably have a couple of other things to do there as well. So, but in Montreal, the other news is around Carey Price, and of course, Price got into a couple of games late last season, but Kent Hughes mentioned today that Price is unlikely to play this season. He said, of course, he spoke to the media today. Hughes says no. This is according to John Liu. Hughes says no deals are imminent to create extra cap space. The ability to fit Monahan under the cap will depend on Price's situation. Hughes says news is discouraging. PRP shot did not help, and Price is not expected to start the season. And as he did go on to say, Price is unlikely to play this year. Of course, he had a torn meniscus in July 2021, and given a 10 to 12 week recovery period. But further swelling was detected in April, and of course, he wasn't able to continue. And of according to Kent Hughes, there's a chance that Carey Price may not play at all this season. So that is going to be a situation. Right now, the Caps, the situation in Montreal, they're over the limit by just over $6 million with the Monahan contract. Um, if they put Carey on LTIR, that's 10.5. That would solve that problem, but they'll have to make a decision on that. That's where Montreal is at. They still need to sign Kirby Dach, who they acquired from the Chicago Blackhawks as well. And then the other thing, and what they could also do, it wouldn't surprise me if they do this, is at some point before the trade deadline, they trade Sean Monahan, considering they're not expected to contend for the playoffs this year. Monahan could help a playoff contender. Good face-off guy, great professional. And, as I mentioned on the podcast earlier, I think Sean Monahan, in a lot of ways, was very undervalued and took a lot of criticism from Flames fans and not knowing the injuries that he's been through. So that's just news on that there as well. And then the other thing that happened today is Nashville was awarded the 2023 NHL Draft. That is, of course, the excitement of a lot of people. Nashville is a big party town. And I know that they were talking about doing something unique with the draft over the next few years. And that's the award show and the NHL draft are going there. This will be the first time that that's happened since Vancouver hosted both in 2006. And so we're going to see Nashville party it up. Nashville's a fun city. A lot of people really enjoy it there. A lot of people are already excited about heading down there. And I hope Nashville does bring something unique to something that's a bit stale in the draft. And it's not, just in terms of the presentation, it just feels so over professional and it needs some life. And I think Nashville has the opportunity to bring that. So we'll see that as we go on here. And then the other news is just the World Junior semifinals are tomorrow. It is Canada against Czechia, and that will start at 1:00 Pacific, and then Finland will play Sweden, and then the gold medal games will be and the bronze medal games will be on Saturday at 1 and 5 respectively. Czechia, of course, upset the U.S. 4-2 late last night. Canada beat Switzerland 6-3. Speaking of Canada, an interesting note around Connor Bedard and line combinations, as well as someone would question what Dave Cameron has been doing with line combinations. And Mark Masters reported a bit today, tweeted out today in regards to lines. And we'll just get that here as he's covering the World Juniors. Oh, and one other thing before we do that, just back to the NHL here for a quick second. According to Sat Shaw and Randy Jen on the People Show today, the Flames have expressed some pretty heavy interest in JT Miller. So from the Canucks' perspective, be interested to see what JT Miller does here. They suspect Miller will be pushing for $49 million. We'll see what happens in terms of the trade market. They did say Calgary was interested, but that obviously didn't happen. But the lines at practice today were McTavish, Roy, and Dufour, Stainkov and Johnson, Forrester, Gaucher, Cooley, and Bedard on the third line, Osashek, Othman, and Desnoyers. And of course, Ridley Gregg is injured. And he got injured during that Switzerland game. So back to the World Juniors there. And that's a pretty significant loss for Canada going forward. And don't think that the Czechs cannot upset Canada. Thomas Suchanek played outstanding in goal. This team with a lot of fight. You come away with a big win against the U.S. You have some momentum. Canada has quite frankly looked pretty sleepy for some of this tournament. They looked sleepy against Switzerland. And Switzerland can do that to you. But this said that wouldn't count out Czechia. And then, of course, you got the Finland, Sweden, draft picks Joni Jurmiel from Canuck draft picks Joni Jurmiel facing Jonathan Lekkerimäki and Sweden tomorrow. So that's what's going on there. So check out our podcast. We recap the Nazem Kadri signing and what's going on with the Flames with Devin and Dan from the Fireside Chat. And of course, you can follow us all individually on Twitter, Devin Gordhow09. You can follow the Fireside Chat podcast at Fireside Chat, by the way. And they haven't announced a recording time, but they will be. And then Sean Beardy Canuck 03, Tyler TNOBLE, and of course Christian Schneid's SCHNEIDZ. And I am KEVOLE, Shifts and Pucks, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. Subscribe wherever you get your audio, as well as on the Area 51 Sports Network. Thanks everyone for watching and listening, and we will talk to you all very soon. Bye for now.